few moments to look at some of the highlights from the Regency 40 auction offered by Legend Rare Coins. And let's begin with a modern variety coin from the Lincoln Penny series that was on offer. In fact, it's something that is seldomly seen on a Lincoln Penny coin, a double die reverse variety. The strike quality on this coin is a little bit weak, with some mushy details overall, but even that hardly managed to detract from the strong doubling on the coin's reverse design, made even more attractive by the brilliant red mint luster, graded here by PCGS as MS67 red with the coveted CAC green bean atop. The coin managed to attain $1,233 at auction. What we have now is decidedly an error coin, a 1904 Liberty Head nickel struck on the wrong type of planchet. The planchet is simultaneously too small, hence the off-center appearance of the coin, and too thin as well, and meaning it is underweight at only 2.7 grams, giving the appearance of being worn down despite clearly having never seen circulation. A side effect of the thinner planchet not allowing for sufficient metal flow. At that time, the US Mint was producing coins for a number of foreign countries and territories as well. However, this coin is too heavy for a 1903 Costa Rica 2 centimos and too light to be a Philippines 5 centavos coin either, which would naturally be the obvious answers in this case, as the coin does appear to be a copper-nickel planchet. So what the planchet was actually intended for is still a little bit of a riddle that remains solving. Graded by PCGS as MS64, this mysterious and fascinating error coin sold at auction for $1,351. And now a representative from the oftentimes overlooked, if not entirely forgotten series, the Silver 3-cent coins, or Trime as it was once colloquially known. The 1854 coin had an original mintage of only 671 coins, of which this is one of the finest known surviving examples, with only a single coin laying claim to a finer grade at PCGS. This PCGS MS67 Silver Trime fell under the auctioneer's gavel for a total of $15,275. A superb gem-level proofed seated Liberty dime is featured next. The 1874 with arrows type, which had a typical mintage for a proof run of about 700 coins, but for some reason fewer of these coins seem to have survived and are higher gem grades when compared to other dates. The arrows at the date were added as they had been nearly 2 decades earlier to signify a weight change of these coins, following the Coinage Act of 1873, which raised the silver content of the dime, the quarter and the half dollar, in an effort to absorb some of the silver that was pouring in from the Comstock lode in Nevada. Graded here as PCGS Proof 67 with some very eye-pleasing toning, the coin sold at auction for $15,275. The Barber coin series holds a bit of a strange place within the community. While some people do love them, others, well, not so much. But regardless of how you feel about this particular series, you have to admit that this near flawless specimen is a stunning execution of the type, and add on top of that the wonderfully understated toning as well, and this 1913 Barber quarter will gladly take pride of place in most collections. Graded by PCGS as Proof 68 Plus with the coveted CAC endorsement, there are none finer known, selling at auction for $24,675. Up next is a quarter eagle from the proof run of 1892. Only 105 of these coins were actually struck, and this coin is an almost flawless example of that issue. Almost. Although every detail is beautifully struck up on both the reverse and the obverse, there is a defect on the reverse, just below the shield and encompassing the eagle's legs. It almost looks like something obstructed the die. Perhaps some grease or debris filled up the reverse die as this example was being struck that caused this strange lack of detail on the reverse. Whatever it was, it hardly detracted from the coin's value today, as this PCGS graded Proof 66 Deep Cameo Gold Quarter Eagle coin sold at auction for $27,025. And then let's look at an absolutely stunning Coronet head large cent from 1837. This coin's eye appeal is simply unsurpassed, as it somehow still manages to retain what certainly feels like every bit of the original red mint luster, more than 180 years after being minted nonetheless. A stunning medium letters variety coin with a fantastic pedigree to boot, graded by PCGS as MS65 red. This unsurpassed gem sold at auction for $42,300. Surely, one of the most sought-after Lincoln penny varieties in the series' 100-year-plus history is the 1922 No-D Strong Reverse Cent, and if it were not for the fact that the Denver Mint was the only mint to produce pennies for this particular year, we would likely not even have known of this coin's very existence, most likely resulting from a severe die clash. The obverse die was polished to the point where the D mint mark was completely removed. The reverse die was discarded and then replaced with a fresh die, and thusly this coin was created. Graded as PCGS MS64 brown with only a single coin graded finer, it sold at auction for $47,000. The next coin is another cent coin, but this time it is a prime example of something that is not exactly rare within its own right, as low-grade or even raw 1923S wheat pennies can be obtained for $15 or $20 each with ease. However, this coin is conditionally rare in gem grades, with this MS65 Plus graded coin being the sole finest coin known within the population report, all of which culminating for this coin to sell at auction here for the amount of $58,750. There is no disputing the fact that the 1911 D Quarter Eagle is the undisputed key issue for the Indian Head series, with a mintage of only 55,600 coins, which represents a mere fraction of the typical mintage figure for these types of coins. By way of example, the coin is flanked on either side by the 1911 with a mintage of 704,000, and then the 1912 with 616,000 coins. Pleasing eye appeal and a strongly impressed mint mark, a fact which should be kept in mind for this particular coin, as some do have weak mint marks, all led to a closing price of $64,625 for this PCGS graded MS65 gem. Although easily one of the most desirable coins for collectors today, it is probably not unfair to say that the initial sales for this coin in 1915 must have been a bit underwhelming. Of the 1,500 coins that were initially minted for the 1915 Panama Pacific Exposition commemorative octagonal $50 gold coin, a mere 645 were actually sold, with the remaining number added to the mint's melting pot at the end of the year, destined for recoinage. The asking price of $100 each no doubt didn't exactly help matters, as most collectors could probably not justify such a lavish expense on a coin, at a time when gold eagles and double eagles could still be had for face value. This specimen was graded by PCGS as MS64 Plus and managed to raise $99,875, obtaining the high watermark for this particular auction in the process. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon to know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you ever so much for watching, stay safe, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.